Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thanks for coming back by the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel. Today I'm diving back into the Thelonious Monk box set from Riverside, the Acoustic Sounds. I'm doing the 1958 5-spot records, which two of the recordings are live, came from this particular recording. So in 1958, you've got two albums here that come from the same recording session. Misterioso, Thelonious Monk Quartet, and you've got Thelonious in Action, both with Johnny Griffin, same exact lineups from the same recording session. On the 18th of July in 1957, Thelonious Monk's quartet began a 6-month residency at the 5-Spot Club with Coltrane when he got his cabaret card back. And I talked a little bit about this in the last video on Monk. The 5-Spot, until that time, it really pretty much been a hole in the wall and not much going for it. And when Monk began his tenure there, then lines started to wrap around the block. And this is really where Monk began to gain his popularity. Small bar, seating only around 75 people. It was described as a down-home neighborhood bar in a tough area, but the people that came there were really interested in listening to the music. Monk's manager, Harry Colomby, at that time had worked out a deal with the club owner, managed to promote Monk successfully, and the venue also really began to become very popular. The 5-Spot was located at this particular time in the Bowery neighborhood between the East and West Village of New York City. It was located at this particular spot only between 56 and 62. It was owned by the Termini brothers, Joe and Iggy Termini. And the original location was demolished in 62 and the club moved to another location at St. Mark's Place. And that place discontinued live music in 67, and the brothers didn't try to make any go of another club until 1974, where they called their club the Two Saints, but they were never able to regain get their cabaret card, and the 5-Spot closed in 76. Now, Monk actually began making money at this period. As I said, he became popular, started making money. But if you read these biographies of Monk, as I've referred to back in these other videos, Monk was never big on spending money. And there was only one thing he really enjoyed having, and that was his car, which he got into a lot of trouble with. Interestingly enough, after he had become popular, Time magazine had him on the front cover. And they said this when they visited his apartment for an interview. And I think this is interesting. I love giving you guys this historical background on these. This will be just brief. Then I'm going to drop the needle on both of these and let you know how they sound. So I'm getting to that. But I found it interesting because Time magazine says, quote, they go to the house and it says, clothes are in the sink, boxes and packages are on the chairs. Monk's grand piano stands in the kitchen, the foundation for a tower of forgotten souvenirs, phone books, a typewriter, old magazines, and groceries, all stacked on it. So, and Monk would stay in that apartment for a very long time. He spent a lot of his money taking care of his kids and his family. But he also became friends with the famous Rothschild daughter known as the Jazz Baroness, Panonica, in 1954, and the Baroness had become like family to him and Nellie, his wife. And during this period, Monk didn't have a piano. He was so poor. She got a piano at her place, and he came over and played all the time. Nellie would often join him. She often drove him. Panonica often drove him to the gigs. And Monk had crashed his car on several occasions, and the police found him wandering around, and Monk was kind of strange sometimes and would be going through an episode and they'd take him to jail or take him off to an asylum or something because they thought he was crazy. So he ended up in trouble with police quite a few times. He was also notorious for chalking up parking tickets. He used to have a ton of parking tickets. And there came a period where Monk's car never moved. It just sat there. He wouldn't get rid of it, but he never drove it because the Baroness drove him around everywhere. But that was one of the few possessions that he actually liked, was his car. Now, as we know, Monk spent the last years, about 7 years, I think, with Panonica in her apartment for quite a while, because his mental condition had deteriorated so bad in '73 that Nellie couldn't take care of him, and they moved into her house in New Jersey on the 2nd floor. So just a little bit of information there for you guys. I'm going to drop this on here first, which is the first one that came out, which is Thelonious in Action on the Riverside label here. And I'm going to drop it on. We're going to play a song from this, and then I'm going to play a song from Misterioso. And we'll just have a listen at a couple of songs, see if they sound the same. I'm assuming. I've not listened to these back to back, so it'll be interesting to listen to one song off the first record and a song off the second record, and just hear how it sounds. Do they sound like they came from the same recording session at the 5 spot, or was there other was it mixed differently, so forth. So, all right. Already got the record cleaned off, and I've got the Ortofon Blue on here on the RT85 going through Shit Monty preamp and into my Yamaha HS8 speakers. So here we go. We are listening to Light Blue. And I should talk about the people that are playing on this. Johnny Griffin here is replacing Coltrane. This was a packed club when they recorded this. And the 2 first live recordings Thelonious had ever made up till this point. You got Griffin on tenor, Ahmad Abdul Malik on bass, Roy Haynes on drums. The box set comes with this fantastic booklet here. Sounds fantastic. Just enough of the ambience, but not too much. course, all these mastered by Kevin Gray, this box set. And again, you can buy these individually as well. A guy named Ray Fowler engineered this. If there's any critique I would have on the mix itself or the recording, is the bass could be a little more pronounced. But piano sounds fantastic. Sax sounds very warm. There's a nice depth to it. You can hear just enough ambience of people talking, but just barely. So it does have that really nice full sound like you're sitting in the club. But more like you're sitting upright at the band, you know, you just barely hear the background. So I'm going to clean off Misterioso so I can drop on a tune on that right behind this one and we can have a listen. Sounds fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the second record. We're going to listen to the first song off of that one. So I'm digging that. I've got some more reviews coming up for you guys too. A couple more jazz records that I just got in. So I'll be doing those as well, and I'll be finishing up this box set here. I'll have two more to go after this. Monk by Monk 5, and then I'll have at the Black Hawk, and I'll be doing a comparison on the Black Hawk. So stick around for that. This one's called Nutty. This song here, side 1, first song. And so let's have a listen to this back to back and just see how it sounds in comparison to the other. And see if it's the same. Here's just a little more noise on this one. Sounds pretty close to the same, but you know, I hear a little more crowd noise, and it could have been that the crowd was louder at this particular point when they recorded this. But it sounds pretty much the same. It sounds very good. Nice depth, warm. Yeah, just a little more of the crowd you can hear on this one compared to the. Interesting. So we're on this one now. Nutty is the first song. Same lineup, same recording. But I can hear a little bit more crowd noise than I heard off of this. So far, both sound fantastic. So if you're looking for a great live record, so far these both sound wonderful. And then I'll be doing Monk 5x5 next, and then closing out with the Black Hawk. So stay tuned for those. So far, this whole box set's been fantastic. I appreciate you guys joining me. Give me a thumbs up and share it with other people, and hopefully you guys, let me know. I think I'm up to like 25 bucks on my YouTube earnings, so I still got a ways to go. But when I do get up to the $100 mark and I get money, I'm gonna let you guys know. Be thinking about what you want me to buy with that and review. So leave your comments. I appreciate you guys joining me. And again, these two sound fantastic. So don't hesitate on picking these up. We'll talk to you later on. Take care. Happy listening.